Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. Now, most of the time when I'm on television, I'm acting, but I'm not acting tonight. As a matter of fact, nothing that you're about to see is written or rehearsed. It's taken from the real lives of a real family that's out there barbecuing at this very moment, and who has made this house their home for the past 15 years. So, what is this film about? It's about whether or not the step that I'm sitting on is halfway up or halfway down the staircase. It's about being a whole person in a whole family. It's about taking stock of what you have rather than what you don't have. It's about what you've accomplished in spite of what you're up against. It's about getting on with life. This is the story of a family, a big family, a special kind of family, but a family more like your own than you might think. You're not going to be able to remember all the names or keep straight all the personal histories, but you're not likely to forget the Debolts. In 1957, Dorothy and Ted Atwood had 4 children of their own when they saw a picture of a Korean-American child in need of a family.
A GI soldier or somebody brought me in. They found me on the street, and then they brought me to the orphanage. When I was 2 1/2, I weighed 17 pounds. That's very light.
Marty was soon joined by Kim, and in a couple of years, they became big brothers to a new baby named Melanie. Their family circle seemed full and complete. Then Ted Atwood died of cancer at 49. Suddenly, Dorothy was a widow with 7 children. She recovered, not by withdrawing, but by expanding her family again. Tuck and An arrived from Vietnam in need of medical help and specialized equipment. They opened the family's eyes to the world beyond Piedmont, California. Then Bob Debolt appeared. An only child himself, he had always wanted a big family. In June of 1970, he got one. 20 years have passed since that first adoption. All the oldest children are out on their own, and the Vietnamese boys are young men. They speak English most of the time, but they have not forgotten their culture or their recipe for Vietnamese pancakes, a Debolt breakfast special.
Hey, look at this.
Adopted by Bob and Dorothy shortly after their wedding, Karen and Sonny are the beginning of the second half of the family.
Sonny. Wait a minute. Sonny, let's do like Mommy did. Okay. But wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. Slow, Sonny. No. I can't do it fast. Okay. We're Grandpa Snazzy. No, let. 1, 2, 3. Regular speed. 4, 4. Common. You don't know what common means. It means 4, 4. You don't know what 4, 4 means. It doesn't say in my book. 1, I know that C with a line in the middle means common. Go. Common means 4, 4, and 4, 4 means time signature. Sonny, you're going too fast. 1, 2, 3, go. Start on the wrong note. 1, 2, 3, go. This one is hard.
What's that first letter?
6 years old and learning to read seems about normal. But for Wendy, it's a miracle.
Can a cat?
She arrived from Korea, a blind and battered child. Frightened and withdrawn, her emotions responded gradually to a home and family. But the gift of a transplanted cornea really gave Wendy back to the world. Melanie's into her teens now with all that entails. But she still does her share, along with Donnie, Bob's daughter by his first marriage.
He can sit on his back, a bird.
But he has to hold on.
Yep.
Trang escaped Vietnam without injury. He has adapted quickly to America, but still interprets in Vietnamese for newcomers.
Phong is a child whose background was one of seeing his parents killed in a bomb raid, of being sent from one home to another, of not really knowing who he was, of being quite a disturbed little boy in the sense of having no security, no permanence. And then slowly but surely, as he began to blossom and know that he was here and he was loved and he was going to stay here, we found that he began to understand how to laugh at some of our jokes, which had just simply passed him by.
In the fall of 1973, another child waited for a family. Paralyzed since birth and blind from the age of 5, J.R. would probably spend the rest of his life in a large state institution unless he was adopted soon. His case kept making the rounds and kept coming back to the Debolts. They exchanged letters and tapes over 2,000 miles, never meeting face to face. But when a family conference was held, the decision was unanimous. J.R. had a home.
They're not that close, but I can hear them.
Hearing you suddenly have a mom and dad is not the same as believing it, especially when you've waited all your life.
John?
What?
Mr. and Mrs. Debolt are here.
Hi.
Oh, John.
He can sit up and he can buckle all his buckles and he can unbuckle them.
If I, John, if I tie your shoes today, will you tie mine tomorrow? Do you think that's a good
only
idea?
a fair
Is
deal.
that fair?
Yes.
I think that's a
Okay,
good idea.
okay. Got it made, Bob.
I can't tie good, so,
Well,
that's
okay,
all
neither
right.
can I. What makes you think I can?
and I
huh?
can't even tie at all, so
Well, what makes you think I can? That's why I need your help.
There you are.
I can't help, because I can't do it.
Okay, we'll do it together. How's that?
Yeah?
The guilt feelings in parents who have given birth to children with handicaps, they're very strong, and they have a very difficult time dealing with this. But we've been spared that.
Oh. Hey, you guys, this is JR.
There they are.
Oh, boy.
There we go. Oh,
Hey,
put your brake on. Okay.
Yep, you're right in the middle of everything. JR, this is Karen. Karen, can you say hi to JR? Here she is, sweetheart. This is Karen, you know, who has the hooks for hands. You know her when you feel her hands. This is Fong, JR. This is Sonny. Say hi real loud. Come on, Wendy. Wendy, that's JR. Chuck. Hi. There she is. Hey, who hasn't come up? Marty.
The thing I've had to learn, is the fact that you can't have a superficial relationship with a child. It has to be an in-depth one, and just because of the sheer numbers of children we have, when you do have that child, it has to be a very concentrated effort.
John's really made a lot of improvement. When he first came, he really couldn't even sit on the mat by himself. You know, his balance wasn't good. You're kidding.
When he started exercising with 5-pound weights here at home, he didn't like that worth a darn.
Everyone has chores in the Debolt family, and all the chores are necessary. The same movements that are physical therapy in a hospital become much, much more in the context of a home. What better way to help a child learn the use of new braces and weak muscles?
We never bet money. We never let the kids bet money. When I bet with the kids, I'll bet that I'll perform one of their chores if I lose, and they'll do extra chores for me if they lose. And I'm not too bad. I win a lot of those, but occasionally I lose.
I don't want those rocks in the house.
Yeah.
How many times have you been told that? Huh?
Enough.
Yeah, I'll say it's enough. I don't want to have it anymore. See what it does to vacuums, for instance? Yeah, I'll say. You see what it does to Daddy, too, right? Take that rock and put it outside the back door right now.
Mom, I can't hear a word you're saying. Mom! Okay.
That goes for you and you also. I don't want any more of those rocks into the house.
You could laugh.
Hear me? Over by the what? Which window?
On school mornings, the kids go in all directions.
Get up, you blind.
She's gonna go to the blind school one day.
Most go to public schools, but a few to specialized ones.
Guy.
JR, let's have you read the first 5, and then we'll have Nathan read the next.
Okay, tie, tea.
Oh, let's have more enthusiasm, please.
Okay,
No, this is
tie,
not mine.
Spell it for me.
T-I-E.
Any Braille contractions?
No,
Okay, use it in a sentence for me.
I can tie my shoes.
Oh, no, no, Mike, go. No, Mike, go. No,
I'm gonna get outfield with Tom.
Sonny's legs were paralyzed by polio. Karen was born without them. This staircase used to seem like a mountain. Now it's a racetrack.
You're a rotten egg, Karen. Mom, we go swimming, and that's going to be very, very terrific. Going swimming is the best thing I know. It's the best thing I like to do. Is going swimming, 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 swimming.
If a handicap means a limitation, can't walk, can't see, can't hear, what about can't laugh, can't give, can't love? Who is handicapped and who isn't? All the Debolt children are expected to take care of themselves as much as they're able. Karen is no exception, and she's fiercely proud of her independence.
What do you put those on for, Karen? Just, what do you put those on for?
To not make my hands dry.
She enjoys the feeling of her body alone, just playing or swimming. But Karen has also learned to make good use of her braces and artificial limbs. This may be the first time you've seen anything like this, but Karen has done it hundreds of times. Getting to know Karen Debolt gives us all a new idea of what a whole person is. It's only natural to wonder how the handicapped and non-handicapped children get along. Cooperation and understanding are the ideals, of course, but not always the reality.
Well, you've heard the story about Sonny hitting Dot with the crutch because he wouldn't sing on key. And she kept telling him to sing on key, and he couldn't. And she finally just picked up her crutch and whacked him with it, you know. And so I had to take the two of them aside and explain to Sonny that just because people don't sing on key, you can't hit them.
Who's pinching me?
You know, with 19 kids, let's say that, well, in our situation right now, 12 of them are living at home. To be able to say, I can't take kids any longer is really an extremely therapeutic thing to be able to say and to
each
feel.
of us can say it to the other.
Oh, my bucket! Oh, Daddy!
You don't say it to the kids. You don't say, look, you no good, rotten 12 kids.
No.
I can't take you anymore. But if Dorothy and I can go up into our room, close the door, and say, I can't take those kids any longer.
Then the other one takes over.
And then to know that, you know, you're not wiped out.
Yeah.
All right?
Go.
Okay. Deal?
No.
Truce?
No, deal.
Truce?
Would you go, please?
Okay. No more?
Yes.
You give up?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. You give up?
Since Melanie's the oldest sister at home, Karen, Wendy, and
65.
Sonny watch her closely.
65.
They're practicing to be teenagers.
Okay, Karen, you do it. Do the cheer too.
Okay.
Both of you guys do it together, all right?
1, 2, 3, go! See you! G, K, E, R. Together we are the mighty R. Sounds the queen, the mighty star. R. Sounds the queen, go!
I walked out in the other room to the family room, and Sonny said she wanted to go.
One of the grandmothers of the family, Mrs. Mary Debolt,
She left her crutches out in the foyer and came along the wall, you know. And we were in there a little while in the family room, and soon I said, oh, I'm going in the other room. I'll be back pretty soon. Oh, Nana, would you get my crutches for me? And I said, sure, I'll get them. Dorothy was sitting there, and Dorothy said, no, Nana, you can't get her crutches. She left them there. She must get them. See? And it would have been nothing for me to pick them up, but it would have been wrong.
the doctors told the Debolts not to expect J.R. to ever walk on crutches. His first walk across the family room was his Mother's Day present to Dorothy.
Where are you headed, J.R.? You're doing okay. What's your goal? Come on, keep going.
The table.
Right you are.
Yeah, it's sort of pretty tough to walk, you know, when the beginning, you know, learn how to walk, and I'm scared of going falling down, and I do fall down, and I bump my head so bad and all that. But, you know, after a while, you get used to walking. You always be ready, you know. You know that you're going to fall, but you don't know when. So when I walk in, you know, in my mind, I always, you know, be ready that I fall down, you know, make sure that I land the right way and all that. But sometimes I don't, I landed the wrong way, but it hurt a little bit, but, you know, that's no problem. 383, Zach. Yeah.
This paper route was abandoned by other kids as being too tough. Tuck and On have had it for 3 years, earning their own spending money and saving some too.
The physically handicapped child is forced to take a look at himself at a younger age and say, hey, this is who I am. This is what my assets are, and this is what I can do, and this is what I might not be able to do. It's a self-examination. I don't know how old I was when I went through that, but I sure as heck was way past my teens.
That day my mother decided to go get some ride, and I want to go along with her.
You were how old?
Or 13, 12 or 13, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. And then on the way, I would run over some type of slow bomb or some type of mud.
Thing was, I went to swim and out in the river, and while artillery was blow off, and I got hit in the back, and my spinal cord was cut off. So
There was a reporter who called and asked the question whether the two boys were from South or North Vietnam. And I really didn't know. I hadn't made that inquiry. So I said, well, I'd find out. And this woman said, well, I would think you would have found that out before you take them into your family. As I told her, I didn't give a damn who they were, where they came from. They were kids and they needed help.
In the final days of the Vietnam War, what the Debolts had been doing for many years suddenly became political, controversial, and some said fashionable. Two of the children who survived the airlift crash found their way to the Debolt home. Lee, whose polio had confined her to a floor-level existence for most of her 13 years, had her legs broken in the crash. A heavy cast plus a cart became necessary. Twee, blind since birth and also raised in orphanages, survived with only scratches.
Okay. No. There you are. Okay.
No. No, wait. Hold it. Hold it.
That's good, honey.
Hold it. Hold it.
That's good. No hot. Cold.
Hold. No, don't touch it. There we go. Okay. Hey, Trang.
Stir. Yeah. See? Big girl.
No, Wendy, you have to get Wendy! Yeah. You can't do that.
Lee reads Vietnamese, isolated from the other children by language.
Hey, Wendy, you can't run out of there. Oh, you sheep. Wendy lost the game. You did. You did. You did.
What's this under here?
Finally, Lee's cast can come off.
And her muscles are so thin, her joints are going to stiffen up even more. So we have to eliminate all casting now and start her on, encourage her to move every joint in her body.
Real hard. Oh, that away. Okay. Once more, JR.
Why? Go
Oh, he moved it. There he is. Get it, JR. Get it. That's a boy. That's a boy, JR.
Swing, JR.
Okay,
Like you're
JR.
hitting a baseball.
Hey, you got the best blindfold in the house, JR. Okay.